Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Daniel Federico Show, and Happy New Year's, guys. In this episode, we're going to talk about some college football. Um, because man, I've been watching the playoffs, and the committee, I just think they got it wrong for the most part of the top 12. And so let's start it off actually like this. Let's talk about the SEC for a second. Did the SEC this year with the automatic bid deserve five teams to join the playoffs? My answer is no. And the reason is because I think BYU and Notre Dame should have made it over Oklahoma and Bama. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? But no, trust me. I think this is how it should have been. This is how the top 12 should have been. This is the top 12, I think, with the automatic bid 1 to 12. Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Miami, BYU at 9, Notre Dame at 10, and then Tulane at 11, JMU at 12. That's how, and that's three SEC teams: Georgia, Ole Miss, A&M. Those are the teams from the SEC that should have made it in. And that's a perfect world right there. And the reason why I don't think Alabama should have been in it because I think if you lose three games, you should automatically not be awarded in. That's what I think. But trust me, that's gonna. I'm gonna make a lot. I'm gonna make a no sense here because this is what it should have been without the auto. And five SEC teams, it makes sense because you can flip Bama because they have three losses with Vanderbilt that has two losses. If you want to go off what I just said, that three losses should automatically not make you qualify for the college football playoffs. 1 to 12 again. And this is, I have some seating here that's you're gonna be like, why is it like this? Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Makes sense, right? Miami at 8, BYU at 9, Notre Dame at 10, Oklahoma at 11, Bama at 12. But because what I just said about the three losses with Bama, you can put Vanderbilt in there because they have two losses, but I think the strength of schedule and the talent on that Alabama team beats anything. But with right now with the automatic bid, I think you put BYU in. If you want to keep Oklahoma in, you put BYU in over Notre Dame, and you put JMU and Tulane in with the auto bid. It'd be like that. So like, like take out Notre Dame then if people don't really agree with my Notre Dame pick, keep Oklahoma in there and just put BYU in there. I think so too. For the most part, though, for the overall this year, I think the SEC did not deserve five teams in the college football playoffs because there's the automatic bid. But if there was no automatic bid with JMU and Tulane, the Dukes of JMU. Bama and Oklahoma, but for the most part, yeah, they're in it. But for the most part, though, you can say yeah, four teams is all right. And then you put I don't know Utah in it because they have two losses. Um, but no, for the most part, you'd probably put Vanderbilt in it over Alabama and in my ways, but for the 12 best teams in college football roster wise and the quality of play that they were playing towards the end of the football season before conference championships, those 12 right there: Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Miami, BYU, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and Bama. But for the auto bid, the three losses should automatically have you out. And if you want to keep Oklahoma in there, you keep Oklahoma in there. You put BYU in. I think you put BYU in over Notre Dame just because the quality of football they've been playing. Conference championship don't really matter that much in my opinion because that's what the committee was telling me. Because BYU loses theirs and they're out of that. They're out of the dance. But Alabama gets stopped by Georgia and they're still in the dance. All right, you're telling me it doesn't matter then, right? That's what the committee is telling me. Oh well. See, that's what kind of makes me upset is the committee. There's so many things. Committee brings chaos, and I think they love the chaos because everywhere you talk about it, just like me, just talking into it about how to fix college football because college football is an absolute mess. overall. But I really do think I think there should not be any automatic bids. Tulane and JMU just don't have the roster size. There's the size of players to go up against Oregon and Ole Miss. They didn't. Um, and that's the truth. That's the truth right there. Like Oregon dominated JMU. But it was cool to see, and their quarterback James Madison is probably going to transfer out of that team now. And then Ole Miss, Tulane didn't even stand a chance against Ole Miss, 41-10. Tulane though has lost earlier in the year, 45-10 to Ohio State. I just think the committee with the auto bids it makes the game a little bit of a joke, makes the playoff a little bit of a joke because the first round is ridiculous, and then after the first round, you have to wait like 2 weeks for the next round of the playoffs to start. Why not just do it? Bing, bing, bing. But we'll get into that on why I have this whole schedule that I made that I think makes the most sense for next season, for the 2026 season, that I think will make a lot more sense. And I also fix off um, the coaching carousel. How to really limit chaos in college football. So we can get into that actually right now. So if you see right here on the schedule, I'm gonna put it on the screen. Boop, right there. The first Saturday of December next year is going to be the conference championship games. And then the 12th is going to be the Army Navy game. I know historically, traditionally, Army Navy game has been its lone game in the FBS. I'm pretty sure there was FCS playoffs going on that Saturday too, but in the FBS, for the most part, it's Army Navy. That's their only game. You know what? Let's do the first round of the college football playoffs on there too, because I know it's traditionally Army Navy only game on a Saturday, on that Saturday. But still give them a shine, like the shining of that game. Give them prime time at night, Army Navy on ABC or ESPN, and whatever network you want to put it on. And then throughout the day, you have the round one of the playoffs. That'll just be awesome. Also, no automatic bid. And the reason why I think we had to switch up this format is because teams with first round buys are 1-7. First round buys are supposed to be an advantage, not a disadvantage. And the reason why it's a disadvantage is because you have a month off, almost a month off of playing football. That is crazy. That's what they had this year. So now we just put it each week. It makes life a lot better. Then right there, the next weekend, I have the quarterfinals. And you guys can see right there that I put the bowl games in there because the bowl games are all messed up. Like, what do you mean the Rose Bowl is a quarterfinal game? It should be either the national championship or the semifinals. The Rose Bowl, in my opinion, is unreal. Is awesome. Historically the best. The best BCS national championship game happened at the Rose Bowl. But right there we have the Peach Bowl there, the Orange Bowl there, the Cotton Bowl, and the Citrus Bowl. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. Because in the semifinals, the week after Boxing Day, that's going to do numbers. Boxing Day. In Canada, the only thing of boxing that the people are pretty much pumped up for is the World Juniors. I know I was. But in the semifinals, we'll have the Sugar Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl. Two good bowl games right there, just headlining it. Big bowl games. And then January 1st. I know the calendar is not going to be like that each year. Like you can put it on January 1st, but when you can put it on January 1st on New Year's Day, you put it on New Year's Day, in my opinion. The Rose Bowl, the national championship. That I think each weekend would do ginormous numbers. In my opinion, because then you also got Bull Mania going on during the week, and that's awesome. Loved watching the Pop Tarts Bowl, the People's National Championship, and the Xbox Bowl, that was unreal to watch. But yeah, you got Bull Mania going on too. So people want to see the college football playoffs, but during the week, our football's covered, man. But you put it on those days, especially Boxing Day, and then the week after New Year's Day. Those are two big games right there. Massive days. And then now let's go into how I would fix the transfer portal and the coaches carousel. So coaching carousel is absolutely ridiculous this year. It's been ridiculous for years now. Um, So I'm trying to avoid a Lane Kiffin situation here. So once the season's done, the playoffs start. Coaches and all of FBS can interview for jobs during the playoffs, but hires cannot be made until January 5th, going on with my schedule of my calendar that I just put up on the screen. And the reasons why I think that is because the season will be over. January 5th, be 4 days post national championship. So the guy, whoever won the national championship can, celebrate with their team a little bit. And the teams that didn't win the national championship, have 4 days on, do I want to fire you? Do I want to go get a new coach? Or do you want to leave and I have to fill your role in the staff? Carousel opens, hires are allowed to be made January 5th. For the programs that are keeping their head coaches and all this, they're going to have a lot of fun here now because, in my opinion, the transfer portal should open up at the end of the year, at the end of the academic calendar. Transfer portal opens up in May. You know, Nick Saban was talking about it on college football game day, and I thought that was a tremendous idea. And that guy is the people's commissioner right there, Nick Saban, and he should be the commissioner. But it's just see if all the conference commissioners agree on it, and they really don't, because it won't benefit them probably. But yeah, like I think transfer portal opens up in May. Coaches can now, for new coaches, and they fill their staffs. They have time to fill their staffs, get new schemes, recruit the high school players too. Get ready to recruit transfer portal. Try to keep a lot of guys. Try to keep the guys too. Like they're trying to keep some guys from not going to the transfer portal. And you can do that and stuff like that. And it opens up at the academic year. At the end of the academic year, I know they're not here to do school. They're here to play football. But that's how I would do it. Opens up in May. You have a long time to get, if you're a brand new head coach and a brand new program, get your scheme ready, get your playbooks ready. Look who's leaving, who's coming to your school from high school, and who do you need to recruit out of the transfer portal. And it gives you a lot of time to do that. That's my opinion right there. And also a couple other rules. Aging out rule. I think you cap it at 26 years old. I'm tired of seeing 30-year-olds play college football. You hear about it all the time. It's crazy. If you're 26 years old, you're done playing football. That's playing college football, at least. And then now with the transfer portal too, I got to add on to you get one free transfer, penalty free transfer. And then next time you decide to transfer, you will have to sit out for that year. Just like how it used to be. They're giving kids too much leverage with the transfer portal. They can just hop it in. If they don't like the situation they're in, you can just let them hop right up in there and go to a new team that will love them. But that's how I would fix it. That's how I'd fix college football playoff schedule. And the coaching carousel and the transfer portal, because less chaos, man. It's been a lot of chaos, especially how many kids that entered the transfer portal. That was ridiculous. And it's all penalty free. No one has to sit out next year, nothing like that. So it's basically free agency. Pretty cool, but it's in the middle of the playoffs. Signetti was just talking about it, how he met, and Lanning, Dan Lanning was just talking about it too. Both of them were talking about it, that they had so many recruits from the transfer portal on campus that took time away from prepping this week's semifinal matchup for those two coaches. And yeah, you have a whole recruiting team and stuff like that to do in the transfer portal. People talk about the winter rebuilds and stuff like that. I get it, but I think this is the way that's going to be the most sane. I think this is going to be the most realistic. Or just hear me out here. You do two transfer portals. The one transfer portal opens up for a week, the first week of February. It opens up for, say, 2 weeks. And then the second transfer portal opens up in May. So if kids like the situation they're in right now, it's February, season's fresh, and stuff like that. They don't hop into this transfer window or this transfer portal pretty much as a transfer window, just like how they do in European soccer. Then they can hop into May. I'm open with that discussion right there. Two transfer portal windows. In the same offseason, though, could get a little crazy like that. But once you transfer on that team, That's when you could put the penalty in. Once you transfer that team, you can play without sitting. But if you want to enter the transfer portal again, you're gonna have to sit a year out of that year and stuff like that. It's tough, but that's let's ease up on the chaos of college football, and that's I think that's exactly how you do it. But let's move on to the last thing I want to talk about. My picks for the semifinals that are happening this weekend. I got Ole Miss over the favorites, Miami. Miami 3.5 favorites. According to the score bet, but I got Ole Miss here. I think they're playing tremendous football, even without Lane Kiffin. I'm not entirely sure if the coaches, like the positional coaches that are leaving from the offensive end, are leaving to go join Lane Kiffin at LSU. Because now the transfer portal is open. The transfer portal, by the way, opened up January 2nd was ridiculous. In the middle of, the Ole Miss saga, how a bunch of players are gonna leave to go to LSU, but they have a football game, a semifinal football game they have to play. Crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if those coaches, positional coaches, are going to be staying at Ole Miss for this week and next week, or they're going to join Lane Kiffin a little bit earlier. But I'm pretty sure he's. I think I saw something on Twitter that he said that they're all staying. So that's a good point. But if it doesn't even matter, like those kids, man, unreal, man. They're playing top-notch football right now, aggressive football. Their quarterback is playing tremendous. He's from Ferris State. Ferris State just won the national championship in the Division II level. Niagara athlete Tyrone Weber was on that team as the offensive lineman. Congratulations. Pretty awesome there. But yeah, I'm going to have Ole Miss. They're playing, I think, top notch. But it's going to be great to watch because Miami's playing probably the best football they've probably played all year in the college football playoffs. And it's awesome to see. That's going to be a tremendous game in the Fiesta Bowl. Give me Ole Miss. And now let's go to I think it's the Peach Bowl. Indiana, Oregon. I got Indiana here. I think Signetti, Google him, he wins. He's the man in charge there. Tremendous season. Mendoza winning the Heisman. That offensive line is blocking 10 out of 10 right there, opening the holes. They're winning each battle in the trenches, game in and game out. MVP of the Rose Bowl was an offensive lineman. The running back was just running back Black was just averaging almost I think 7 yards per carry, 6.6 yards per carry last week. 15 carries, 99 yards, and the backup running back also did a tremendous job, averaging 5 yards per carry, 89 yards on like 18 carries, something like that. The running backs really destroyed that Alabama defense. And Mendoza went 14 for 16 and 3 passing touchdowns. So, you know, Mendoza and Signetti, the duo they have is a quarterback and a head coach. You always need a good relationship. If you're a head coach, you need a good relationship with your quarterback. Unreal. And Mendoza's brother is also a backup right now on on that team. So that's gonna be special. But but I got Indiana beating Oregon. And then I got Ole Miss beating Miami, the Hurricanes, beating uh, the Rebels beating the Hurricanes. And then for the national championship, if it is those two, something about me saying, Ole Miss, give me it. They can do the greatest thing ever. And yeah, just give me in that. That would be pretty awesome for what this program has had to endure, and what their fans had to endure this year with Lane Kiffin leaving. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about today, man. I know it's a short episode, it's short and sweet, but I just think the college football is probably, it's not even just college football. College basketball also has problems. It's a lot of chaos going around the college football landscape with the NIL era. People are saying put a salary cap on. No, I like it. I think the biggest teams with the most funding deserve to put the bet, give the players the most money. I like that. It's like it feels a little bit of European soccer, No salary cap. Whoever funds the most gets the most. Like it's like that. It's honestly tremendous to watch. But yeah, but college sports across the board is just riddled with just chaos. College basketball letting players that were drafted in the NBA come play. What? What? Can LeBron go to college now at the age of 40? I don't know. That's a different conversation though. But this was the Daniel Federico show. I'll see you guys sometime soon. Happy New Year and talk to you guys later. Ciao.